Thank you so much for having me. This is absolutely wonderful, and it's a great convention. Certainly the folks who put this together really did a great job. I am probably the only candidate that has run underneath the hunting camp doctrine, and probably the only one that ever will. And it comes from the first time my dad brought me hunting. I was a little kid, and I made the mistake of complaining about the food. He took me aside and said, "Son, let me tell you how it works. If you complain about the food, you get the job to be the cook." Well, being the plan administrator of Fleet Farm's self-insured health plan that covers over 6,000 people, I've been complaining about Obamacare. And being somebody who is a competitive shooter and a lifelong NRA member, a very avid sportsman, I've been complaining about the threats to our Second Amendment. Well, folks, it's time. Well, folks, it's time for me to abide by the hunting camp doctrine. And because I've been complaining about things, now it's my job to step up and get the job to fix it. I'm putting some skin in the game. I'm off the bench because there are some things that we need to drive the United States of America forward and drive Minnesota forward. We have to take a realization that Minnesota, especially the 8th District, is a Main Street economy. Just because Wall Street is doing well doesn't mean that Main Street is doing well. And we need to stop putting a target on the backs of private small businesses and medium-sized businesses that are taxed at the individual level. We need to repeal and replace Obamacare. What Obamacare has done, it has turned private insurance companies into government-controlled public utilities. And by doing that, we have now centrally planned 1/6 of our economy. Central planning doesn't work. It didn't work for the Soviet Union. It will not work for the Democrats. Consumerism works. Socialism doesn't. And it's just not the Second Amendment, it's all the amendments. It's the entire Constitution. But as I travel around our part of Minnesota and other parts of Minnesota too, I know that we have the best message and that we're going to win. Because nobody wants to sign up for Obamacare, nobody wants to turn in their guns, nobody wants to trade their paycheck for an unemployment check, and nobody wants their tax dollars to go to fund abortion. You contrast that with my opponent, Rick Nolan, somebody who is F-rated by the NRA, somebody who is all in favor of Obamacare as a good first step to government-run single-payer health care, somebody who voted against the Keystone Pipeline, and somebody who voted against the fundings for the Veterans Administration. We have a night and day difference between me and our opponent, Rick Nolan. And this is the year to do it. Those of us that have been paying attention to the 8th District, it is a district that has been trending Republican since 2004. And evidence of that is Chip Kervack's major win in 2010. Based on the pure math, based on the pure trend lines, this is the year, with a lot of hard work and burning shoe leather, that this district is going to permanently flip from Democrat to Republican, and we're going to do everything that we can. We're going to spare no expense, and we're going to put in every effort to make sure the 8th District is not only a Republican district, but can also keep providing for other statewide candidates, because the 8th District is truly the swing district of Minnesota. As the 8th goes, so does the rest of the state. And we're going to work as hard as we can to make sure that we can win those elections from this election cycle to those going forward. Thank you.